Um, so this is not going to be a typical stream, and for those of you who haven't read the title, which you should have, stream, so there won't be any editing or anything like that. But as I said, if I did, in fact, did say that, I don't think this is going to be usual stream. I think I'm rather going to reflect on kind of life. Sorry for that, the curse of me, once again, always being in the, how would you say, proximity of my phone. There's always some sort of issue. I'm not really going to focus on that. What I rather want to focus on is, let's say, this channel for now. I think that's a good place to start. Well, I really appreciate all of you, to be honest. All of you who are watching this, which I know there is, still surprises me. As for Minecraft, right now, I'm guessing I'm just going to make a house or something like that. Maybe we'll have got to gather some materials first, but no, we'll just see as we go. But returning to the, let's say, topic of you guys and my channel, well, I'm in quite a difficult situation, to be honest. I imagine this is something that a lot of other creators have already been sharing with the past with you, but I guess for me it's that this isn't, I'm not really doing this as for money or for fame or for anything like that. I just started this for some sort of a novelty. I wanted to do something new. I wanted to stream. I wanted to share my knowledge, certain games, and this is something that I've done for quite a while. But at the same time, sometimes it requires sacrifice. It requires time for me. Requires the ability to be entertaining, which I would say I am up to a certain extent. I try to be. Obviously, some streams are more success in that kind of aspect. They're more successful, and some are not that successful. But as I said, this is outlier for my streams. So, anybody, I think you could ask any question, and I think I would answer them. No, I really wouldn't bother talking to you. I didn't think that you weren't interested, and I believe that in fact you are interested. Why exactly, I don't know, but I don't think that matters. I think it could be objective, could be quite different to everyone. Well, so as I started out saying, I don't really know what to do with the channel going forward, because as everyone would already got experienced in modern age, say that, well, what you're mostly focused on is the views, mostly focused on how to appeal to the algorithm, how to please it, and so on and so on. And this is something that if I was to do, I'm guessing I would be more successful, whatever that could mean. I mean, more successful in the sense of having more views, having, well, and so on. But I'm not interested in doing that because I'm here for the love of the game, I would say. That looks like a jungle which a panda could be found. So perhaps we could do our due diligence and get revenge from the last time and actually kill it in some sort of interesting way, but that's for the background footage. And I'm not going to make it out as if this was like the end of the world or anything like that, this major issue, but now the reality of the modern life is that there's a lot of competing, let's say, things in your life that you all have got to attend to, and it can get complicated. It really can, and think the best course of action is to figure out what's most valuable and what you value the most. And for me, as I said, well, I'm just doing so many other things that I'm not even sure whether you could really say streaming is that valuable, to strange as it might sound coming from a streamer, if that's even an appropriate title to give to me, but I really want to make enjoyable content, but I don't truly know, well, how successful I could be at that, because mostly what people judge themselves off of in making content, as I said, well, it always comes back to views, it always comes back to, well, the algorithm and so on, but that is not something that I'm interested in. Perhaps this could be a reflection of that stream, because, well, I wouldn't say I'm doing anything that interesting. Let me just check the chat really quickly. No, I could put it on screen, but not really that interesting. 1 second, I'm sorry. Think you could forgive me. Yeah, well, as it turns out, there's a lot of other things that I would like to do besides this channel, which you probably won't know a thing of. I mean, I'm not that, how would you say, public about my private life. I think I perhaps could keep it that way, but there's also, I think, huge benefit in me sharing what I find interesting. I think that could even be more interesting to you. And something that I have said in the past is that, well, I think that the community of Minecraft is better than the community of Roblox, and perhaps could do with the fact that I think that Minecraft has got more mature players that are older, that have got more experience, and on the other hand, the players on Roblox are younger, and they're, let's say, they could even be children, most of them anyway, and I think for me that's a problem, because I don't think that children would like what I'm doing here. Well, who knows, maybe they would. Not like I'm showing Skibidi Toilet in your face, any other brain rot or trendy thing of this time, except the games that I'm playing, and maybe Squid Game. Well, that aside, I don't think there's anything that major. So let's just remind ourselves what we're talking about here. Well, yeah, well, I really want to. I don't want to leave this channel in shambles because I've had some success with it. However, I don't know whether it's actually worth it. And I want to do it for you, you know. It always surprises me that, like, sometimes the very worst videos I've been making are the most successful. And sorry about the background noise, I'm guessing that's an ad. Yes, in fact it is, because I got stream in the background for to be back now. You know, the funny thing is, like, I already issued an apology about it, but what happened basically in my previous stream, where I was streaming both Entrenched and both Squid Game, is that I left the screen covered with this screen basically. So I'm really sorry about that. It wasn't my intention, like, I was not that, how would you say, motivated to stream. I had already done one stream before that, the same day. I was quite tired, and your Squid Game was pissing me off, but anyways, let's just return to the actual topics. But if you need any sort of confirmation of my apology, you can go to the comments. You could either hear it here, but you know, like always surprises me when I don't think that something is going to do good. It does astonishingly good. You know, this is the example for Squid Game. I think that's like my most popular stream ever. But the thing about it is that it's also my worst stream. Like, I didn't even make a thumbnail for it or anything like that, yet it became so popular. Why that is, I got no idea. I mean, in my opinion, if you don't attend the streams from the very beginning, then you're going to have a rough time later on. Because obviously, you would like to get the full experience, right? Like, you wouldn't like to watch later on what I'm doing or anything like that. Like, a part of, I would say, the enjoyment of watching a stream is being with it from the beginning. So, I also think I have improved the quality, but I know that the quality of the streams can be horrendous sometimes. Like, the audio quality is one that I still haven't got down. I mean, that is something that happens when that folks rather focusing on, let's say, other things. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, you know, I'm most frustrated with myself is when I don't really, how would you say, respect, I guess. I don't respect you, some sort of way, I would say, because, well, the way that I imagine it, that what I dislike most in my streams is that, like, I'm getting pissed off and I complain, I do things half-assed, and, oh my god, that wasn't good. Yeah, let's escape the spider now. Can we make an axe? I guess we couldn't, because, put us in. Where's the spider? That wasn't good, that wasn't a good exchange. Good escape, no winning. Alright. Anyway, you know, I would like to focus more on Minecraft. I think it's just generally a game with more opportunities, like, let's say, more presence in the field of gamers who actually care for, I think, something else. Because they could be older, they might not just care about the now and what's trendy. And, you know, perhaps this stream is going to be shorter, perhaps it's going to be longer than the, because I really want to, like, clarify a lot of things. That witch's house, or should we claim it? I mean, if a witch attacks me, it really would be bad. But, is there a witch in there? I don't know. But I see, like, something dark in there. Something. Is that witch? Yep, yep, I see her. Yeah, and that's witch. Yeah, well, perhaps later. You know, and I guess part of what I dislike is also what I'm doing right now, which is basically planning. What you perhaps would want to do more is to endure and continue with the grind, whichever way you would like to refer to it as going on and enduring. But, well, to me, sometimes I'm asking myself, what's the point? And it can be difficult, you know, because, as I said, well, obviously this is not like something that I'm doing for money, for use, or anything like that. But I think at this point we have, like, we've been done with this conversation for quite some time, I would say. And these tools could be quite beneficial. Aren't they? I just, like, you know, I guess one of the things that could influence the way that my streams go in the future is me. Okay, there's an ad once again, so let's just skip it. Okay, there we go, we're back. We really should make a house, huh? How long could we run around? Let's just attain some goal outs. Because the older I've been growing, the less I enjoy playing games. And I would say that after all, like being a gamer takes a lot of your time. It's not like it's what would you say, the most ideal thing to do. For example, a lot of people, they like to grind, and you know, I wouldn't exactly refer to grinding as being enjoyable, and if you're not going to enjoy it, then of course asking what's the point? Sharpness. Well, guess I'm going to have got to attack with it. No, I really would like to stop doing, I would say, bad things. Like bad in very narrow sense of analysis of what I'm doing, but I would say rather do things that are boring. And I would certainly say that what I'm doing right now is boring. But not like I plan on this being like something for the algorithm, as I said, but rather for myself. And if you're really curious, then I guess it's something for you as well. Yeah, I think the skeleton shot the horse. So unfortunate. Just a game. And this is getting what I was talking about earlier, that well, this is just a game, and the potential of the games are, you know, they're not infinite. They're certainly not infinite as much as you would like to think, but there's certainly time at which you have got to consider whether what you're doing is actually worth your while, well worthy, alright? Uh, for me, I would say it's gradually and gradually becoming less worthy. You know, it seems that I'm enjoying it less and less and less and less, but not like I am here to complain. It's that I want to be honest. What to do about the situation, about me wanting to continue streaming, but at the same time it not being ideal. I guess then just streaming what is good to stream at, making streams that are enjoyable, that are not boring, at least. And well, how to do that? I mean, you could meditate on it. You could ask yourself that. I think you could also come up with an answer. Just question of what's the answer. Come on, Kale. It's going to escape the burning. Let's just hope that there's not some mob behind me waiting to explode, as it happened last time. Well, it didn't happen last time, it happened like 3 times ago. 3 streams before. Something like that. You know, when it comes to either Roblox or either Minecraft, I guess if I had to choose, if I could only choose one, like to continue a path, I don't know, it's like really hard. I think that Minecraft, as I said, has got a better player base, but I think that there's possibilities you can, let's say, there's possible things that you can do on Roblox that you can't do on Minecraft, at least in a way, in the same manner. Alright, so I don't think I would going to fight with them that much. Perhaps we should have got flint in our hands so we don't accidentally right click it and start burning ourselves. Okay. I mean, the ideal would be to do something that I enjoy doing, which is worthwhile. And you could ask yourself, what is worthwhile? And is something entertaining part of it? Well, you could say yes, because you know, you would assume that entertaining is good because it makes you happy. But no, it also could be the case that you're sacrificing a lot of other things that could be actually better for your entertainment, which in return makes it not so valuable. And there's that again. This again, perhaps even worse. Continuing with this stream. Well, I'm not talking about the stream that I'm recording. I'm talking about the stream which I'm listening for the for background. So it's not entirely boring. You know, and at that point, like, you could ask yourself, is it actually valuable, right? Uh, if you're going to a stream, then what could be so valuable in where you're so sure that what you're doing is actually to benefit? And I would say I'm not that sure whether streaming is actually worthwhile, and this is also why I'm talking about this. Now, it very well could be the case that it's just a waste of time, the distraction from things that are much more worthwhile doing. Same time, you're going on this sort of how would you say, questioning, also makes you think about what you value the most. And perhaps you value happiness the most, but perhaps you value what's good the most. In return, it would perhaps make you think that not always being happy is good, and that's maybe why you shouldn't always be happy, especially when for you to be happy it means that you would have got to sacrifice a lot of other things. You know, I really hope not to spread any sort of nihilism, but I'm just being honest. If you don't like it, you can leave, but I would prefer if you stayed. You know, for you it could seem quite amusing, not amusing, but rather funny, because this could be also the first time you've seen me, and relatively I've been very little on this West to stream, so you know it could just seem like I'm retiring right away. But to clarify, that's not what I'm doing. I'm not quitting, just explaining the situation. You know, the case that that there's so many niche things, there's so many people that no matter what you do, you're going to find a community that likes it. And the thing is going to be that the community that is going to like it is going to be sufficient so that you can continue doing what you like. But when it comes to some popular things like Minecraft or gaming in general, there are so many people like uh, that are streaming it or making content about Minecraft or Roblox or gaming in general that it's quite hard to compete. And my motivation isn't necessarily to be the best, to outcompete everyone else. It's just that when there's people that are doing this better than me, I don't know what I can add to make my streams worthwhile watching. And I'm not saying that my streams are worthwhile watching. I'm not even saying that you should watch my streams. I'm just saying that perhaps I could find something else. And what could that be? Well, I don't know. That's not really a good answer. It's perhaps even an answer which you aren't satisfied with, but I'm just trying to be as honest as possible with myself. No, I think if you were to quit playing games, perhaps you would need to find something else to do, because doom scrolling isn't exactly a good replacement of that. I mean, but if you got the choices of streaming and doing something else, I guess you should do something else, but you know, then at least you should make sure that that something else is better. Let's check for questions really quickly. I should get to bed. Okay, so one guy is asking uh, whether I'm intending to, well, for how long I intend to continue streaming. Well, to be honest, I think practically it's going to remain the same. I stream mostly on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Oh my god, there's an ad again. Okay, I guess I'm going to return to the question later, which is going to be right about now. Yeah, well, yeah, I think it's going to be the same. But, you know, sometimes I'm just asking myself, what's the point, you know? You know, it's always the most entertaining from the beginning, because, like, you presume that there's going to be something new, something fresh, something novel, but doesn't always turn out to be the case. In fact, I would say it always turns out the case that that's not the way that it is. And compared to other like major streamers, I think that I stream very little, you know? Like I can't even stream for 1 hour. It's hard for me to sit through a session, which is you know, so long but actually so short. I guess it depends on what you consider long or short, but well, for me, not that easy. You know, I also like to create. You know, that's one of the wonderful things about humans, is that they're very creative, and I think it satisfies them to create. And I would say not only create, but also maintain and preserve. You know, I have expressed the want to make a game fast, specifically on Roblox Studio, but really complicated. You would need a good idea, and even if you did have a good idea, I think that, you know, the idea shouldn't exceed your capabilities, because I mean, if you're not able to start on anything that you would like to do, it's quite difficult to do anything. I'm going to drown. Well, I'm not going to drown, but I'm going to be drowning. Okay, I forgot which way I was supposed to go. Okay, I think that way. Is it about to be night? Perhaps. Is this a desert? Could be. Yeah. I'm just going to sleep. Then, like, trying to make a game doesn't seem like too bad of an idea, but at the same time, like, you could ask whether it's something that you should stream, because, like, if you're just going to focus on what you're doing and not going to say anything, then, should be nice, to be honest. Then it's not like those could be entertaining streams to watch. Yeah, and one other thing is that I like satire. I don't know whether it's a good thing that I like satire, but sometimes I make satire content. And the thing with that is that it also could be an expression of the want to create. I got a short, well, a satirical short, I would say, in being made right now, but whether it's worth to finish it and to publish it, I don't know. Well, like this whole channel started, the satire channel. It originally was called Pro Plays, and if you want to know more, then I think you could go to my only video, which has been released almost a year ago. But what I'm doing now is something different. But I don't think I'm going to delete the Pro Plays video. I could even release a second part to it, but who knows what I'm actually going to do. We got very much hay. I don't even think that we need to gather anymore. I think we can just make all of it into bread. Alright, let's make a crafting table. Yeah, work today is broken. Is it? I don't know, but either way, not something I want to listen. Crazy. So many ants. Yep, that's enough food. Yes. What else? We can do this. Then we can chest plate, iron pickaxe. Going to use any of this. Yes, also do. Let's just put the thing we don't need just here. So this is something that I don't need. Something all same case with all the other things placing in the chest. Yeah, I don't even think I'm going to go treasure hunt. At this point, I think I'm realizing that having a goal is very valuable, because that's something that you can orient yourself by. In this 3 minutes goal is pretty loose. I mean, talk about life, dreams, other stuff. I mean, a lot of things. So, when you're trying to conduct yourself, you're not really sure what's the most appropriate way to do so. You know, it's not like I really think that being a content creator is all that awesome, even though you are a content creator and if you're successful, you know, it of course uh, precedes the, you know, the day-to-day work which a lot of people are subject to. So, you know, in that kind of regard, being a content creator is awesome, but you know, part of it, what it means is that you share, you know, and that's something also about podcasts. I was thinking, well, should I make podcast? Not because I think that I'm like there's anything that I can say that is like actually worth listening to, just because I like to talk. You know, there's some ideas that I would like to express, but like given that they're not, say, in tune with my already established video genre, I don't think that that's something that is going to go smoothly alongside with what I'm already doing. So maybe not, you know. Even so, you need multiple people for a podcast. I mean, what else are you going to do? Are you going to talk with yourself? Well, I don't think that's going to be awfully interesting, given that that's something that I'm already doing while playing. You know, and maybe another thing as to why I dislike streaming are like one of the things that I dislike about streaming. I guess it could go down to the fact that I just don't like playing that much. I think I already explained my reasons for that. Yeah, I don't even need sticks, to be honest. I got enough bread. So, you know, well, it would be much more interesting if rather than just walking forward, like already been traveling like 5,000 blocks. If I was just, you know, orient myself around some place, perhaps we should start making our house. So, this is the means by which I achieve. Uh, no grass. Let's put more water here. I'm suspecting that what is playing right now is an ad, but I hope that it ends soon so I don't have got to put up the screen again. No, perhaps the reason I started this call was because I was looking for a novelty. No, it's the case with a lot of things people do. Yeah, well, I guess I freed up some space there so that there can be something made. Yeah. But you know, when you realistically go into it, I think that when school begins again, like there's not going to be any playing anymore, right? That point. At that point, you got so many other worthwhile things to do. But you know, one of the other things is that I think that later on, like rewatching your content is like very enjoyable. Well, you know that's been the case with me so far. Well, you know the kind of things that are quite far in the past. So what kind of house I'm going to be making, I don't really know. Going along with the flow. Let's just see what I'm doing. Try it now. Follow that. Perhaps I could even place these down. Don't have got to carry them. Yep, and this as well. Block this. At least we got the floor now, I guess. Place that. Yeah, and by the way, this is not my usual skin. I don't even. Yeah, well, you know, this skin is part of the satire that I was talking about earlier, so that's not something that I genuinely think will or anything like that. Like 5-year Walter boy, something like that. Alright. You know, you could have cobblestone all around like this. Let's go gather some materials. I mean, I need wood as well, right? So it's not like we can escape material gathering. Well, the reason I do this, I know that the leaves are going to despawn on themselves, right? But I just want to make the process a little faster. Perhaps they can continue playing on this role later on. Who knows, right? I mean, most of what I've been doing is speed running, like trying to advance as quickly as possible, so on, so on, so on, so on. You know, one thing that's easy to forget is that, you know, Minecraft is very much a game for creativity as well. So, you could build a lot of things, you could caption, uh, like engineer, become an architect, some sort of sense. So that's something that I think is really, how would you say, forgotten, at least for me. I'm presuming that not everyone acts the way that I do when it comes to playing. Perhaps you should be more of a player that likes to build rather than, you know, perhaps this is something that I can put my mind to. I hope the audio quality is alright. Because sometimes I got a feeling that I'm too quiet, and if that's the case, then the recording is no good. I mean, you can turn up the volume, but not ideal. I don't even know where I want the door. Oh, well, okay, I guess here. Yep, ad once again. No, I'm so done with this, to be honest. I'm so done with the ads. I think I'm just going to go somewhere else. Yeah, well, this seems better. This doesn't look that good, so let's just this. I mean, been doing this for 44 minutes, so I guess I'll go for an hour as always. But you know, it's always not an hour. Who knows? No, I want a different type of door. You know, I could plant like trees all around so that I don't have got to go mining for them or chopping them down places. Let's do this, spread them a little out so they got place to grow. Right. Let's just hope, yeah, I guess it's going to get to the tree. Yeah, got to it. I just planted it. It's not like it, like very, I would say, bad. There we go. Let's make a chest as well. That's a lot of wood used. Here. Like this. Like these. I mean also, you know, it's like one of the things that I think is most enjoyable, I would say, is that when you feel the acceleration of progress, right? So it's like you really get hyped up when, how would you say that there's acceleration, that it's like even if you're very successful, I don't think that like it's that noticeable for you when you're doing good. So you're so used to it, but if you're not, then being successful is very different. It makes you much happier at a later point. So how much seed do I have? 31, but I don't think I'm going to use it. Yeah, seems like there's a lot of things I'm not going to use, at least now. I guess we should go get some sand for the windows, but I don't particularly know where to... Don't tell me. Did I forgot to... Don't tell me I forgot to like, reveal the screen again. If I did it, I'm very, very, very sorry. Oh man. Yeah, well, I'm guessing nobody's going to watch at this point. Yeah, well, you know that's what you get, I guess, right? Well, I'm sorry, you know, it's not like you're going. Well, it's not like you're watching anyway, so. So just. So just. I guess you skip to this part then, if you're really interested or anything like that. And it's not like I've been talking about what I want to do anyway. Just the case that I've been recording. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I can put it in that blast furnace. I think you need a regular furnace to smelt burn up sand. Well, you know what? You know what? Thank you everyone for watching this absurd video stream, whatever. Perhaps we're going to continue playing on this later on. That's if I don't have anything better to do. And thank you for watching. I hope that you heard me out, and I guess I'll see you sometime later. So, so I doubt that you're going to be watching this, although you always surprise me by actually watching it. But thank you, I guess, and goodbye.